Greetings people, this is Vaulander again. Today I'm going to do a showcase game, you might say, of the Bugmeister designed by CynicalDoc. It is basically a variation of the Fiends statue strategy, and also a variation of the power strategy, and it is highly efficient against the power strategy, which made me believe at first that it was basically created to counter the power, but CynicalDoc has told me that it is not so. The pure basis of the strat is to get a Cryptlord, or the Bugmeister, with the Scarabs as first skill, complemented by Ghouls, and then adding Fiends and statues a little later, which provides the Fiend statue with nice meat. In order for me to reach the Fiends, of course, I have to get through that, and so does everyone else, of course. That's the power of the strat, that the Fiends, who are the main cannon, are protected by a shield of small number of units. Anyway, we are going to watch a game between ProTeX, WC Replays staff member, and CynicalDoc, who is also a staff member, on Turtle Rock. So if you pause the game at 1 minute mark, 1x speed, we can get the show on the road. If we're all ready to go, we'll start at the countdown of 3, 2, 1, and pause. CynicalDoc is on the east side, while we have ProTeX on the north side. Cynic is going for early ghoul build, as I explained. Usually when you're going for a Fiend statue strategy, you will put up a graveyard very quickly, but CynicalDoc waits with that until later. On the Nightelf side, we have Ancient of War, Altar of Elders, and Moonwell being built. He got the Ancient of War up really quickly here, and he will also go and use the dreaded Beastmaster. CynicalDoc is adding a bit of a twist to the Bugmeister in this game. He's getting the Ranger as Dark Ranger as second hero, which will add the skeletons to this strategy. Apart from the basic build, which is bugs, ghouls, fiends, and stats, you can of course add whatever you deem fit to this strategy, depending on the matchup and how the game goes, which makes it a very useful strat, because you don't lock yourself down to fast teching to a particular strat that might not work, for instance. We here have a wisp comes into CynicalDoc's base, sees what CynicalDoc is getting and where he is. We have the Cryptlord out. I apologize about all the referee talking. All I have is the observer replay of this game, so there's a lot of chatting. I hope that doesn't bother you too much. The Beastmaster goes for the Quill Beast as first skill, which seems to be the new thing nowadays. I don't really see why. I can understand it against Nightelf to use against Huntresses, but since most undead players use Fiends, maybe Beer would have been better. I don't know. Also, the second skill for the Bugmeister here, CynicalDoc usually goes for Thorns, which works very well against close combat units, but against Huntresses it's pretty much wasted. I guess he just did that out of habit. Here we have the first part of the Bugmeister. We have bugs, we have ghouls, and he's taken on the giant sea turtles here on the neighbor side of the base, while we have the Nightelf player, ProTeX, is doing the same on his side of the map. The graveyard is up now, and he will be starting on his Fiend build here very shortly. We also have Raw Necromancy being used, which adds even more to the Bugmeister from CynicalDoc. Again, Nightelf player using offensive wisps will be able to counter that very quickly. So it can be very difficult to use this strategy against Nightelf. Beastmaster now has 2 slippers of agility, and as you saw from the chat, Beastmaster with 5 armor is supposed to be a good game, but I never really worry about the Beastmaster anyway. And here you have Crazed Man discussing the fallacies of the strategy against Nightelf, which is true. Bugs go down very quickly to wisps. We have Cannibalize being researched. Once that is done, he will start building Fiends. Maybe he should have gone Fiends much faster in this matchup due to the Huntresses. We have a serious force of looks like 12 units plus hero for CynicalDoc. He, like all other undead players I've seen, only go by 1 crypt, which limits him. Using 2 crypts would let you get units out a lot faster, especially since the main cannon of the strategy is Fiends, and the Fiends are more expensive than Ghouls, as I explained in the power push strategy. They take longer to build. So if you have 2 crypts, you can get them out real fast, but he does not do that. We have a bug going in here scouting. We have Nightelf player coming down with 3 Huntresses and looks like 6 archers along with the hero. And here we have a bad situation for CynicalDoc in that his big cannon is only 1 Crypt Fiend at this point, and he has a lot of weak units against Huntresses. And he does focus wrong. If he had focused on the archers with his ghouls and bugs, he could have done a lot better, but he does not do that. He focuses on the Huntresses. Beastmaster is level 3, and that means a Thunderhawk. He does not have web upgrade yet, and CynicalDoc is getting it pretty badly here. The Beastmaster is now level 4, while the Bugmeister also just now went up to level 4. He's getting more bugs, although they are not all that strong at this point. And he's getting focused on, and he decides to leg it out. And so CynicalDoc lost all of his forces except for 2 Fiends. And he's trying to catch up with 1 crypt, which is now researching web. Does have 3 ghouls on wood, but he pretty much needs ghouls on wood to get anywhere. If you look at his gold, he's at now about 500. He has 350 wood, and on the Nightelf side we have dual Ancients of War pushing out the units, so he's less on the gold, but he has a bigger force, as you can see here. And the Nightelf player is pushing hard into the undead base. We have 2 Fiends defending. We have the wood ghouls and whatever bugs the Bugmeister can get out. Beastmaster is taking a bit of a beating. He is down to less than 300 hit points. And ProTeX runs a lot of units back. He keeps getting units. Pretty much doing a Nightelf version of the power push, of course. And CynicalDoc managed to push back the assault. He's now at tier 2 getting the slaughterhouse for the statues, while Nightelf player just now started on his tier 2 tech. But he's having his army is more powerful now with the Huntresses, at least up until CynicalDoc can get up his Fiends. And he's getting more Fiends and Ghouls. You can see the stash on the on the Beastmaster here. He has a Mantle of Intelligence, Rod Necromancy with 1 charge, Cloak of Shadows, which is very nice, Talisman of Evasion, and Wand of Illusion, so he's pretty well set with items there. On the Beastmaster we have the 2 Slippers of Agility, we have a Replenishment Potion, and we have a Wand of Lightning with 1 charge left. Always be careful when you use the Wand of Lightning. You don't want to mess it up and have the enemy units run right in among your units, in which case it works against you. So it's a tricky thing to use. We have a Thunderhawk with web. We have a catapult that CynicalDoc added to counter the Huntresses, as I said earlier, both with the power push and the Bugmeister strat. You can add whatever you think is suitable for the occasion. Here you see the Dark Ranger using the Dark Arrow, getting up some skeletal warriors. And as you can see, the thorns here won't really bother the Fiends, neither the Huntresses much. But the Fiends are all down due to Fiends and catapults. Huntresses are down due to catapults and Fiends. Sorry about that. And we're now just running with archers, and of course the Bugmeister strategy is well equipped to handle that with summons and ghouls. And Cynic is pushing now into the Nightelf base. And the question of using wisps comes up again. Apparently ProTeX didn't catch on to the Bugmeister fast enough. So he did not use the wisps earlier. When he starts using Whisper, you will see about half of CynicalDoc's army going down the drain in just 1 or 2 blasts. The Beastmaster goes down. Here comes a wisp for actually there runs the wisp away. Alright, here we have wisp. Took down the entire Bugmeister and seriously hurt level 3 bug. Brings in another wisp to drain the mana. And is starting to repair on the tree here. And the catapults are beating up on the moonwells. Well, you can see all of this, of course. This game is pretty much over here. ProTeX is just doing what he can to keep his base alive. We have a ward, gets a health drain, or life drain as it's called, and she starts running. The Beastmaster gets back from the tavern, however he comes back with 0 mana and only half health, so if you are going to do that, make sure that you can get him back and heal him, no matter which hero it is, because there's not much he can do here. CynicalDoc does his best to prevent him from reaching the moonwells, but he fails. And the Beastmaster gets healed back up. He uses his summons here. And the trio life, or the tree, is basically down, and there's not much left here. ProTeX is just pushing as hard as he can. And he made a little bit of a mistake by hitting his whip. This game is pretty much done. If you're not facing CynicalDoc or someone using the Bugmeister, make sure to bring a wisp or 2 along, and you will be able to basically cripple the strat from the beginning and do your best to take out as many units as possible. Don't let up pressure, because you don't want the Bugmeister to get the Fiends and statues, and using the strat will get them late, so you do have the early advantage of Huntresses. But ProTeX here had not faced the Bugmeister before, and he didn't realize that wisps would be so incredibly powerful against it. Now, I'm sure all of you are wondering what are those things throwing the red stuff here. It's basically the undead siege weapons. They're used very, very seldom. But they do have their uses against the Nightelf Huntresses and also Dryads, if the Nightelf goes for that later. Game time was 14:05. You can check out the score as you please. I was a pure Bugmeister used against Nightelf. When CynicalDoc uses the Bugmeister against me, he goes for the Lich as second hero with the Frost Armor skill first, because that will basically just cripple my entire grunt force and make it even harder for me to beat it. I think the I hope you'll check that out later, and I will see you on the boards. Cheerio.